They've not been able to get their
I'm
little...
going to go and sit over here a bit.
Okay.
Feeling a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, so they've not been able to get their...
This is much better. Why didn't I sit here before?
I don't know, I should have done myself.
I wanted to ask, did I tell you I got engaged?
I noticed the pretty ring. It's so pretty.
I got engaged and I broke all taboos. I proposed myself to my partner.
Love it.
Just relationships.
Nah.
I can't. I need physical satisfaction.
Funny still.
Whatever you need.
Hey,
What you lot saying?
All right.
How y'all
Did you get some
doing?
food?
I did. The food was super.
Food was lit.
Yeah.
I mean, he ate most of it, but
Is there any left?
of course not. Don't
Some
be
there.
It's him. It's Mike.
We talk about that, but that's a different issue. What we was talking about. Yeah.
I'm going to go and grab some food.
Are you?
Yeah?
Good luck.
Thanks. Enjoy.
I'm telling you, it's just crust.
Okay.
What would you do if your partner didn't tell you that they was born a different gender? You wouldn't be mad.
Why would I be mad?
But no, wait. How far into the relationship did they tell
Well,
me?
it doesn't matter because
It could
they
be
may
like
not
a
have known
year
from the
in.
get-go.
But the thing is, if they were born a different gender and they've made that change, and then they've got into a relationship with you, and then a year in, they've told you, I feel like, isn't that something you'd want to tell your partner from
Personally, I would
the jump?
think- Yeah, personally,
I feel that's a respect thing.
And you're lying. You're building a relationship on lies, aren't you?
It's techie.
So that's why I asked, why wouldn't you be mad? Because it's like, isn't it your given right to know? I mean, it sounds weird, but if you was born a different gender and you changed, yes, it's very complicated for you, but it is still in the other person's right to tell them that you was born a different gender.
And you have to think about factors like religion, because, for example, if you're born a man, and then, well, you don't think you're a man, and then you make the change to become a woman because that's what you feel like you're meant to be, but you're with a person whose views are completely different based on their religion, then they might have committed a sin without them knowing. You get it?
This is where the conversation comes in.
But
I'm not even going to go into the a year later, 10 years. Look, circumstances are different. I've read a couple of books where the husband, he always knew throughout his life that he was a woman, but didn't have the courage to come out to his wife.
Yeah.
Eventually he came out to his wife and said, actually, I've been meaning to tell you, but I just don't have the courage, because you're thinking, this is a head fuck for you in the first place. Then you're thinking it's going to mess your family, and it's going to break your family potentially. Most people lose their family support. Most people lose. It's quite difficult being transgender, and being a transsexual is even more difficult because there's a stigma and people look down, and there's a lot of discrimination of this particularly marginalised group. Hello, darling.
You said you're right.
Nice to see you.
Came true in an all-white dress, you know.
How are you?
I'm
Look
great,
amazing.
honey. How are you? You
I'm
look
good.
well too.
Thank you.
I love your new hairstyle.
Thank you.
The man them got no love, you know. They just went for each other straight.
Right.
Oh my days.
I like your outfit, my brother.
I like your trainers,
Well done.
bro.
Thank you.
I like your trainers, bro.
Thank you.
Came through in a compliment match, you know.
Jeez.
Look, it's a girl thing, we
but
compliment each other, we kind like that.
I think
It's
what
true,
you
so.
said is that's why I said it is complicated when you are in that mind state, but it's also selfish to think that yes, it's a very hard conversation to have with your partner.
It's a hard conversation somehow,
But
yeah.
what about your partner? It's very selfish to think, okay, yes, it's very hard for me, but I need to have this because you're taking the choice away from them.
I think there's two scenarios where it could be different. I feel like one scenario where she's talking about is, say you've been with like your wife for 10 years.
Yeah.
And during that 10 years, she's always thought, I'm in the wrong body, I'm in the wrong body, I'm in the wrong body. You get to like the 10th year and she goes, do you know what? I'm in the wrong body, I think I should be a man. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Because then,
That's different.
it was you've been dealing with yourself, you didn't know what to tell that person. However, if you was born a woman, so if you was born a man,
And you change to a woman.
and then you change to a woman, let's say when you're 18, and then you met your partner at 25, and then 5 years in, you're like, oh yeah, forgot to tell you, I was actually born something else.
Tables are getting flipped.
Then it's like, because then it's like, rah, you made a
I
decision.
believe that in a relationship, whatever
You get me?
relationship is, you need to be honest and truthful.
Facts.
You shouldn't have to lie and be in a relationship for
Big
5
facts.
years and you don't know.
Big facts.
Do
So
you
what's
know
the
what I
question?
mean?
Would we remain with someone after they've told us that they've had a sex change?
Just how would you feel?
How would you feel? Would
Yeah.
you remain
Well,
with that
I'm
person?
How would you react in general?
engaged to a person that is
It
transsexual.
just all depends on like how long you've been with them, if you knew like if they had any feelings of like insecurities or wanting to change. I don't know, it's all about, I mean, we all see ourselves as, people of quality that are great. Like we all say, we would love to support our other half no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
until you're actually in that, like, I can't say because I've never been in that
You need to be
situation.
in that
Until you get thrown in the deep end.
situation.
you
I
actually
might
don't
be
know.
I
like,
can
you
tell
know
you from
what,
experience.
we'll work through it, I don't know, or we could still be friends maybe,
But-
or I might
So
just be
it
really...
depends.
I don't know.
Every situation is
But I don't
different.
think I'll
Some
be
people
judged-
stay together, some people don't.
menti-
Some people stay friends after. They don't
But-
stay as a couple, but they stay friends after.
But mentally, would you be able to deal with that? Like,
Well, I'm married to a trans. Well,
No,
I'm
no,
about
you-
to get married to a transsexual, so
you're
I think
married.
I'm doing all right.
Are
But
you?
Yeah.
did they tell you beforehand, or did you find
they
out?
told me on the day that I met them.
Congratulations, you're getting married?
Yeah.
Therefore, congrats as well.
Yeah.
Look at the fat rock on her. Look at the fat rock on her finger.
Really?
She's shining, B.
Girl, it's not all that it's made out to be, let me just tell you.
But
Do you know what? I've been in relationships. I've been in long-term relationships before, but I'm gonna say sometimes I think you know when it's the right person. And
Facts.
let me tell you for a start, never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would meet and fall in love with a transsexual person. And here I am,
So
engaged
she's
to
a girl?
one. He was assigned female at birth, but he's always been a guy. He's never ever worn a dress or a skirt. He's
Yeah.
never put makeup on, never put heels. He's always worn men's clothing.
can I ask something?
Even in school, he would wear and act like a boy,
Can I
play
ask something?
football. Of
So
course.
when did he know that's what his right gender was? When at what age did he feel that I was born the wrong gender?
This is something for him. Like transsexual experiences and transgender experiences are very different, and each individual experience is different to the other. In this particular instance, my partner knew all his life that he was a man. He never fitted the criteria
Okay, so
of a
it was
woman or a
always him.
female. He never identified as a woman.
Yeah.
He always saw himself as a man. When he was in relationships with women, he saw it as a straight heterosexual relationship.
Yeah.
To him, this is a man and a woman
And he's always been like
relationship.
that.
But what works with her relationship is that you got told from the point. Actually, I've actually been at a club and I was jamming with this girl and it was really good. And then we sat down and she told me like, look, I think normally I don't tell guys from the jump, but you're a very nice guy and I think I shouldn't lie to you that I'm actually transsexual. I said to her, cool, I'm happy you told me. Obviously, I'm not really into that. That's mentally, I can't go further with that, but I'm happy you told me.
It's a respect thing, though.
Yeah, and you're a very cool person. But if someone lied to me, that will mentally fuck me up later.
That's true.
But how hard is it
Also,
to open up to each individual that you meet about
yeah, because
this?
I don't feel like another thing as well is not everyone deserves to know your ins and outs of your life like that
and
as well.
also,
especially not a
if you
stranger.
take into account the death rate of
Trans as
transgender
well.
women
That is mad.
being killed
Yeah.
daily, I mean, literally for just being a
Yeah.
transgender woman, you're being
Like
killed.
that kind of stuff, like
No mercy.
that
It's
alone is
hard.
scary. You said as well, never in your life did you expect
No,
to
I
be in a
didn't.
situation. But what I do want to say is, so in your whole dating life, what's the most savage thing you've done?
Savage as in to protect my love, or
Savage as in savage. Like,
Whilst being in the relationship,
Yes.
you mean?
Okay, in a relationship.
I'm saying
well,
savage.
I proposed. I think
No, I don't think
five
that's savage.
females, but I
Alright,
think that's
alright.
as savage as.
savage.
I can't lie, that's
brave.
not savage.
That's
yeah,
brave.
That's bravery.
Bro, I
innit?
just got up there, bought myself a ring, bought him a ring, and popped the question.
Savagery is like.
I
I
think
feel like
that's savage.
I feel like savage is
For
more
a
like
girl, that's savage, right?
No,
I think
How many girls do
they
you see
mean
you
savage
getting
as
down
in-
in one knee?
I think they mean savage as in maybe something a bit like shocking.
What have you done?
yeah.
Shocking.
I think my whole life is savage.
Oh,
Okay.
No, I'm about. That's
We
what
want
I'm-
we want we want we want the
We
whole
need to
team.
narrow
We
it
want
down
all
a
of it.
little bit.
Just spread it out now.
What we talking about?
Spread it all
Slashing
out.
tires.
Yeah.
We're talking about scratching
Okay,
cars.
now we're getting
breaking
there.
windows.
Now we're
what
getting
are we
there.
talking about?
Now we're getting there.
I mean, I don't want to incriminate myself, but
Just one.
We think
just
you got
one,
open
just one.
cases.
No, these are just
She got open cases.
situations that I'm just throwing out there. What are we actually talking about?
Yeah.
It's all right. If it was
Are we
10 years
talking-
ago, you won't be convicted. It's fine. I don't know if that's true.
Don't hold us to it, by the way. Hold him to it. You get me? I'm not involved in that one. But
I
yeah.
mean,
I've done
I
quite a
don't
few
know.
savage things in my day.
I'm really not sure where to start on this one.
If anyone like
pick
goes
one. I mean,
What's the
near my
most savage
boyfriend
thing?
or my partner,
Alright, I know a savage thing I've done.
do
still.
lally.
Yeah.
I had an argument with my ex and I got really mad. So I took her car keys, drove it around the corner where she couldn't find it, opened all the car doors, took my stuff and bounced. And just left the car doors open.
I'm gonna go and get some food, guys.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay.
See, my story just got her scared now. I'm not that mad.
He's not
I'm
that
not that
savage.
mad. I'm not
I'm
that
coming
savage.
back, I'm coming
It was a
back.
one-time thing. We just had an argument and I just left and done it. So it was like, yeah, cool. That was my
Did
get
it
back.
make you feel better?
At the time, I felt good, damn it. But afterwards, it's like, Yeah, it was a bit mad
It's
still.
petty,
It was petty
but-
still. It was petty. I was young though. But
Sometimes
it's
you have
still.
to be petty.
Yeah.
No, savage. I've done a few savage things. Not in a relationship though. Just savage shit.
Alright, name him one savage thing. Has to be good though.
It has to be good.
Has to be good.
So one time, there was this girl I really wanted to sleep with for a long time. So we end up sleeping with each other, and I got what I want. I was really young, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna walk me to the bus stop?" And I'm like, "Yeah, totally." So she's putting on her shoes and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, just go through the door first. And she's like, no, I'm not going through the door first because you're going to leave me. I'm like, no, I won't. As soon as she goes through the door, man's like, BOW!
I shouldn't even laugh.
I shut the door, yeah. And
Nah.
she's just banging on the door.
Like Fred Flintstone?
Yeah, just banging on the door like, yeah, Fred Flintstone. And I'm like, she's banging on the door and I'm like, bro, go away before I call the police. Like, I'll call the police on you. And then
That's not savage. That's just childish. And on that note, that's
She's
enough.
doing
That's
the whole
enough.
nails as well.
That's enough.
So nice to see you guys. I know
How
you're
y'all
all
doing?
you're all Reaper's friends, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good for
Where's
you to
he?
come down. He's coming, you know. He just texted me and said
Defo late.
he's on his way.
Always.
Late, isn't
Defo
he?
late. Defo late.
So you good?
I'm fine, babe.
So good to
Thanks
see
for having
you.
us.
Oh, you're more than
It's
welcome.
been a long
you know,
time.
open house.
You lot came through
straight
shining, though.
shining, lovely.
They came through
Oh,
shining.
thank you guys.
Not
Beauty.
too bad yourself, honey.
You know.
All the time, me and
Yes,
Amani.
yes.
So, George Floyd.
Tragedy.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Well, it's
story.
not just George Floyd, is it? It's so many other people. But when are the police gonna learn?
But I think George Floyd was the nail in the coffin, the one that was like, you know
Yeah.
what, we've had enough. Like, this is going on too long. And I think, as a black person, I feel like, for the first time, I felt like every black person I saw shared the same rage, shared
Yeah.
the same feeling of enough.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being quiet. I'm tired of being
was-
the non-loud black person in the room. The
Did
typical
did
stereotype.
any of you go to any of the marches?
Yeah. I went to
Did you get to go?
I
Amani?
didn't get
I
a
didn't
chance.
get
No, I
to
was
go. I
I went to
wanted
one.
to. Did
I went
you?
to one, but my dad's caring it, so I couldn't be around that much people at one point. and
Right.
then-
Yeah.
and
Of
then,
course.
like,
Of course.
And jeopardise it because of the.
But
rules
it did
and
look powerful.
It was.
No, it was.
The second one I went to, the reason I went to a second one was I had there's a young youth I know. He was about probably 16, turning 17 in a couple months, and he had so much anger and rage in him. Like, let's loot, let's burn stuff down. And I was like, no, come to this.
And you know
Yeah,
what?
do
Yeah.
it the
Do you know
right
what?
way.
To add to what you're saying, like, obviously, I'm not disregarding and minimizing, you know, what happened to George Floyd.
Floyd. Yeah.
However, I actually do believe that it was a setup, and I think it was a setup because it was like, you know, it was the reason why everyone's gonna start white and black.
Oh,
racial
right.
war.
That kind of
Like a
stuff.
racial
So
race,
he
yeah,
was,
yeah,
he
cool,
was
cool.
actually working with those three
Police,
guys.
with
Yeah,
the
it's
police
all
He worked for one of them.
set up.
Yeah, because
It's
he had
set
worked for
up.
one of them previously or
But
some
my
craziness.
thing is,
It's all a setup.
But
It's a
my
joke.
thing is, so he lost his life because I've seen that.
So it's a sacrifice, basically.
That's a madness.
What's so mad is I don't know if you lot saw the footage of
I
like
ain't
the build up.
sacrificing myself for that. I'm sorry.
Listen, the whole build up play,
It's
yeah.
all mixed up.
Mental.
It's just confusing.
Mental, like the whole build up play, like the footage of everything up until the point where they got onto him was released in it. He was like mentally he wasn't there. He was crying. He was saying, "Please don't arrest me. I'm
Right, yeah.
claustrophobic.
Yeah, I didn't even. I didn't
Please,
even
I just want to
watch
go home. If you don't just take me home, I just want to go home.
Right,
all that
right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he kept like bugging out a bit. Instead of them to try and get like any sort of like
Help,
mental assistance or
support.
anything like that,
Yeah.
they done it until he bugged out, then put him on the floor and then dealt with him the way they did. And it's like, you can't treat people like that, man. People are only going to outrage, you feel me?
But even if we're talking about that, David Floyd is a setup.
George
Floyd, yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
George Floyd is a setup. There's a great issue, even if it was a setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still
Yeah.
an issue.
It's
to
a bigger
be
thing at hand.
dealt
The
with.
big,
Yeah.
And the bigger thing at
Yes.
hand is.
But what I'm saying is that we're being manipulated by the media regardless. Like, we
Oh.
can feel what we feel. We can be passionate for injustice. We can be
Yeah, but-
passionate for discrimination.
Yeah, but-
but at the end of the day,
you say we can feel, but it's a full-time job for me. It's not about I feel. It's something I'm going through every day.
So explain that. Let me understand a bit more. Do you mean as a black
Come
man?
closer. Why is there so much? Yeah.
Social distancing and that though.
I don't want to get fined by Boris.
2 meters. 2 meters.
Yeah, Boris might see this and be like,
Boris
No,
might
them
come
ones.
and send
A young fine.
Yeah.
A young fine.
But no, what I mean is like, George Floyd was a catalyst in an event of something that was brewing for a long time.
Like what do they say? The needle that
That broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly. So it was just like I remember sitting at home and seeing the video, and it was just like this pure rage. I even wrote a spoken poem, a spoken word about it. Like,
can we hear it?
not at the top of the dome right now.
Oh,
But I made a video. It's on my Insta.
I mean, that whole week was very
Humble
distressing.
plug.
Regardless if you feel like what I said, maybe it was the wrong word, you live it every day. Sorry, you know. I live it every day as well because I have 2 young kids that are mixed race, and you know you feel it.
How would you say you gotta
Guide them.
how do you speak to your children about stuff like that? I don't know how old they are, but like, or when they do get of age, how do you plan to speak to your kids about
How
that?
do you prepare them?
And prepare them
So
for
how
it,
I prepare them is that at home we don't watch the usual stuff on TV that everyone watches. We watch our own thing. I raise them with different values. I want them to have different characteristics. I want them to be great. It doesn't matter. So for me, we watch more, self-love videos, more things to do like with my culture, so that they have a sense of self-understanding.
With them growing up in an interracial.
Interracial.
Yeah.
Interracial.
Yeah, that's what they said. How do you balance both cultures with the kids? Like,
That's actually what I was going to ask next still.
How do you
I
make sure they get the
mean,
best of both worlds?
I mean, I feel like my child, he influences me more than what I influence him. I swear to God, he's just like God sent.
Yeah.
He's just like God sent. I swear to God, I promise you, it's amazing.
With that
You
said,
get what you get out, what you put in.
Definitely.
With that said though, what's Sheila's views on interracial relationships?
The reason why people are shouting Black Lives Matter because they're being treated like they don't flipping matter, because the black people are being persecuted day in and day out.
See you guys. Love you.
Love you too, darling.
See you.